Here's some help for opening the data sets and creating histograms in StatCrunch. When you log into My Stat Lab, click on the StatCrunch bar on the left. Now select Data Sets from your textbook link. Once you've done that, you'll see the Appendix B data sets in the left-hand column. These are the two that you should be using: body measurements males, body measurements females. In the example I'm giving, I will click on body measurements males, and this will open that entire data set in StatCrunch. Here I've selected graph, and then I go ahead and select histogram. This will look a little bit different from what you'll see because I am doing it on my iPad. So as you can see, male body is the name of the file, and we have all of the variables that were measured: age, pulse, systolic pressure, diastolic pressure, HDL, LDL, white blood cell count, red blood cell count, and there are more. In my example, I selected weight. The selection occurs on the next screen once I pick graph from the buttons at the top of the screen. Okay, I've selected histogram. Now, I need to select a column. That means I'm picking a variable. I picked weight. So here, the list of variables came up in a drop-down menu. Again, you'll see it a little bit differently on your PC, but I was able to check off weight here in this drop-down menu. Another thing I did was select the name for the axis labels for the x-axis and the y-axis and the title of the histogram itself. Don't worry, if you type these in wrong or you don't like the way it looks, you can always do it again. So here's the color scheme as default, x-axis. I typed in these names for the labels and the title. On the previous screen, after making all of my selections, I then hit the button called Compute. Remember, in your lab, it might say Next, and then to continue on to put in other parameters that you'd like to put in, or titles, or things like that. So you just need to hit Compute in this updated version of StatCrunch. And voila, here's the histogram. Let's see what it tells me. This tells me that there are, I get the numbers, 4 men in the data set who weigh between 0 and 60 pounds. There are 6 men in the data set who weigh between 60 and 70 pounds. There are 10 men in the data set who weigh between 70 and 80. And another 10 who weigh between 80 and 90. There are about 3, I'd say 3 is right about here, who weigh between 90 and 100, and 100 and 110. 2 who weigh between 110 and 120. 1 who weighs between 120 and 130, and 1 between 130 and 140. Okay, so the next thing I did was I was happy with this graph, let's say, and I wanted to save it so that I can put it in the paper that I'm going to be writing up. I went to the upper left-hand corner and selected Options. Then I didn't select Save. If I save it, it will save to my website in StatCrunch, which is fine. You can do that. But I wanted to download mine so that I could then import it into a Word document as a picture. So I selected download, and what happened was this link came up. Now you might see a different link, but what I did was I saved the name of the file. It will come up as a .png on your computer. It will also likely be found in the downloads file when you're looking to open it. You can move it to another file. For instance, you might have a file on your computer that says Statistics Fall 2014, where you keep any work you have. So you can save it there. So you'd select that file, save as, put a name in. Once you've opened your regular computer sites, not here. And then you would look for the file called mail_weight.png. I really hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let me know.